Garo Hills Autonomous District Council tax imposition questioned by Bernard Marak. Nongra double murder accused to be charge sheeted within 90 days. National Panchayati Raj Day observed today. And Ruga Athaisung FC wins Under-19 football tournament organized by Chada United Sports Association. The news in detail, and first the local news. Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee President Vincent H. Pala has welcomed the state government's decision to recognize Khasi and Garo as official languages, calling it a crucial step towards their inclusion in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Pala noted that while the recognition should have come earlier, it addresses concerns raised by the Union Home Minister about the lack of official use of these languages within the state.
Ba kan yarap na marbable hakapor ma kando yo home minister manswa uang ba what hasted jong me ki klam ekran de kakasil ne gagaro kumno me kwa ban kran parliament hasted jong me ki klam organize official kumno me kwa ban nin itu ta kata kadawat nang nado manswa ngala tho de sitir nado manswa ngala introduce sa parliament yo ka bill ni de ban itu chwa nang ni na state ngala kran nado manswa ro jing sha de nang tengah keman ban yo iba ki recognize po state kram arten ba kane gade gawai ka step ka ban yarap ingi site.
Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee President Vincent H. Pala has said he is prepared to contest the upcoming Shillong parliamentary by-election if directed by the party. Pala clarified that no final decision has been taken yet, with the Congress set to meet before May 10 to decide its candidate. The decision, he said, will follow consultations from block to state level before being sent to the party high command. Expressing confidence, Pala added that the Congress is regaining support against Meghalaya and is well positioned for the upcoming election.
Dorbar ba jam ko Congress mo bagi ong ba baro ki unit ki de bandon ni de ban pensel tho iki ngatrai ni nation hapo RTO ngatrai hapo chkotrik jongo banai me ka target jongi hapo chkotrik jong banai me ni de ban nation ni de ban rai te la ka parti ko nga banile nganile la ka parti ka ong ban island iki we ni island ndai kum pagalong bantai ki jinge galong ba lamar ba ka for kala stang arsnem bat banlik cekeling-keling terus ka slap kan ni katai ka tengah try bobon hiu bobon hi kwa banile takata ka di tang ka jing yakren kato ka nengut ndreyo andai syong ka dorbar ki bobon yo ki perkhat da kumwei te ko kongres kam dei ka ba kubakwa mangau presiden kinle kumta ndre nang ni hab yo ka recommendation na do na block na hadu ha district hadu state bat sudu se Delhi tena Delhi ro kin sawan dang ilong meeting hi ke babon hi kyong ade banile tengah tangan kyong yele ngam habile be MLA ro ngaklemut banile mar ki yepet na parti boro kyong yele ngabile be namar ngi habde ilong ki baslor la dangi ki commander ngi surrender te sei ka parti kan long sei ki jai bru kan long.
Bernard N. Marag, MDC of Tura, has alleged that the tax being imposed by the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council is illegal as it has not received approval from the governor. Marag stated that while the revised tax rates on trading and non-trading license holders had been sent for approval, they were yet to be sanctioned. He argued that the Constitution does not permit the District Council to enforce such taxes without the governor's consent, making the move unconstitutional. He urged the CEM and the Deputy CEM in charge of taxation to address the issue and appeal to the Chief Minister to intervene.
Tax which is being imposed on the traders, both travellers and non-travellers, is not approved by the governor. It has been sent for approval as they have replied to one of my questions in the session, but the rates are not approved. But the revised rates are being imposed on the traders without the consent of the governor. The Constitution does not allow District Council to decide such matters on its own until and unless it is approved and consented by the governor. So, under what authority District Council is imposing such taxes is debatable, and since it is against the Constitution, I request the Chief Executive Member, the present Deputy Chief Executive Member who is in charge of taxation, and I would also request Honorable Chief Minister to look into this matter, because the council is being run by the National People's Party, NPP, and such illegal taxes should not be imposed on the traders of Garo Hills.
East Khasi Hills Superintendent of Police Vivek Aim has confirmed 2 suspected suicide cases in Shillong, including one inside a police station premises. In the first incident, 38-year-old Mithung Gurung of Lom Paring was found hanging from a flagpole inside Laban police station in the early hours. Preliminary findings suggest he had a history of mental health issues and alcoholism. In a separate case, 21-year-old Vijay Kumar Singh of Riyadh Soklor was discovered at 3rd Mile Upper Shillong in a position indicating partial hanging. Both cases are under investigation with post-mortem examinations to confirm the exact causes of death.
Alor tikjingja kiba arjaka kawai lainnya berkawai Laban police station di uni ubreo uyach rengserum parhadi kata kemba rio sapulai urung hapo police station langta pada kapor rio sanpho kilap olastin pasi na upol jong kalama uni ubreo bakateng Mithun Gurung balai pasnem sa halung paring bat udai uba tribelah jingstin pasi hangtai halai mer meneru hangtai gila koi marmar hi kitip kulit kiwa jintip kumba sabbechi ay gila ki nang mare tong ya kai step ay kiwi uni ubreo ban marmar gila pintir kulit la koi hatu jaka ban la kwat ki apasal forensic team la koi ni la identify you bakateng Vijay Kumar Singh ubat poisnem ubasa liner Riyadh Soklor.
East Khasi Hills Superintendent of Police Vivek Aim has confirmed that Kennedy Kongsit, accused in the murders of 39-year-old Elang Pawa and a 7-year-old boy in Nongra, will be charge sheeted within 90 days. Aim informed reporters that Kongsit has been declared mentally stable after medical assessment and remains in judicial custody. The accused has admitted to the crimes and demonstrated how the murders were carried out.
Going to the police station.
Ready?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
No. Still
Great occasion for all of the farmers who are able to present with the very
AquaX India, in collaboration with the National Fisheries Development Board, NFDB, will host the AquaX Northeast 2026 Regional Fisheries and Aquaculture Expo and Seminar in Guwahati this June. The 2-day event aims to enhance fish production and create new opportunities for farmers and entrepreneurs across the region. NFDB governing body member Rajneesh Kumar said the expo will bring together farmers, scientists, industry leaders and policy makers to promote modern agriculture practices. More than 50 exhibitors, including fish feed and equipment companies, are expected to participate.
There are a lot of government schemes. We will be also discussing about the government schemes. You'll be happy to know that AquaX Private Limited Company, it is based in Hyderabad. Mr. Venu is the founder of that company and Mr. Samir Patra is the co-founder. Under their guidance and leadership, so we have invited AquaX to Northeast to organize this event with the support from National Fisheries Development Board, Government of India, Ministry of Fisheries, and with the help of support of all the Northeastern State Department and with the support from the National Fisheries Development Board, Northeastern State, Northeastern Region, we will be holding this event. This will be for the first time in the history of Assam or as well as entire Northeastern states.
Employees of Maumlo Chera Cement Limited under the Maumlo Chera Cement Employees Union or the MCCEU have reiterated their demand for the immediate release of the pending third installment from the state government. MCCEU President Pinskem Lingdo said assurances were given by Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma during a meeting on April 9 to expedite the matter. The union also urged the government to clear dues for retired workers and appeal to local representatives to intervene.
Lagi jika jongi kum kinok tray kalong hadir ke cuy keren buat ki ba ngikwa ban yo nok employ ba ki paralok nok tray kam tam itu ki bala persiang banjang hala ka jong kakjat tak jing yo ikan dika atli ki installment buat ni kerman ba kumba kenai kila sedang ban seng jong hitam dak ba ki bu ki homestay ki restoran ki dukan bagi ki jat kam ti kan ni kalong kajing kerku ki wala dak deploy kan ni thot installment kin yo ban seng kam kin yo ban ai kam ajam kan ni kam long tang ban pendiem ki ni ki aspa tam kalong ru ban pendiem ki nong chong sinong ki ban ini ki para long trek yo ban ai kam ajam.
The Joint Action Committee JAC of the East Giant Hills Truck Owners Transport Association and the Giant Hills Truck Owners Association has declared a strike starting April 24th at 10 a.m. protesting Star Cement's alleged unfair truck loading allocations. JAC Chairman Byangshwa Shila accused the company of under-allocating loads despite prior agreements witnessed by district officials. The associations demand 18 trucks per day, 9 for each group, compared to the current 3 to 4 trucks being allotted. Star Cement's representatives urged the JAC to call off the strike, promising to consult senior management, but no concrete solution was reached.
Telai dengan JC dengan jangan sen atli sen jis keto yo lo dengan kamu no art gabi sen to yo kende tlismi terlepas lang atli sen to yo karpatli tah jing to gini kejing yo right ne jing yo ben kende start semen i bat gi gini por cedian tule tlismi na kamu so tlismi tekat gamte i peman gi gua nong peman gi ilega bosnyalsi Sebab itu kejing ikut doki mentok tang doi. Wan hadu por ngad kemo deman witness lagi kamtam di district DC dan SP. Dah itu por sia debat di kular sia miet apa. Yo ga ni roding yo sampai pak geri mentu ulur mentu dan po cita step penhamen step. Tan kena kejing kelam wor de wailet kika dekat gamte igniga jingnya chamin ne haita po clear Mario ga chithi kolaki te Mario phone call ki I deploy ya cham ta pad dik jing ya cham mandi kram itu man go lai bai.
A road accident occurred on National Highway 6 in Wapungskur village, East Giant Hills district, when an alto collided with a scooty near the MEGHALAYA Rural Bank. The scooty rider from Jalapet village sustained injuries and was rushed to Pamra Paitlu PHC for treatment. Police seized the alto at the Kong Ong police checkpoint. A local taxi was also lightly damaged in the collision. 2 people were inside the alto, but no injuries were reported. A container truck carrying goods veered off the road and plunged into a gorge near Yau Maulong in Nongpo, leaving 2 men seriously injured. The driver, Bikash Thakur of Edhanpur, Nangla, Uttar Pradesh, and his companion, Mohit Chauhan of Moradabad, Uttar Pradesh, were rescued by police and local residents after being trapped in the wreckage. Both sustained severe leg injuries and were first treated at Civil Hospital Nongpo before being referred to Shillong for advanced care. Authorities have launched an investigation into the cause of the accident. The Millennium Bloc Congress Committee convened a meeting on Thursday evening to reaffirm its organizational strength and induct new office bearers following the exit of former MLA Ronnie V. Lingdor, who joined the National People's Party. El Nongklau was formally appointed as the president of the Millennium Bloc Congress Committee, with the induction carried out by Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee President Vincent H. Pala. The program was attended by senior Congress leaders, including East Khasi Hills District Congress Committee President Neil Antonio War and MPCC General Secretary Manuel Badwar. The Dorbar Shenong of Tisau has extended a token of assistance to 19 households affected by the storm that struck Nongstoin on April 21st at around 9:40 p.m. Sordar M. Dakhar said the support was a gesture of solidarity, as full assistance will only be possible once damaged houses are repaired. He confirmed that details have been submitted to the BDO office of Nongstoin CNRD block to facilitate government aid. While no casualties were reported, several homes in Tisau village were damaged. Dakhar expressed hope that affected families will rebuild stronger homes and urged residents to promptly report incidents during natural disasters for timely action. Acting on credible information, Maukarwat police arrested 2 suspected drug peddlers during a Naka checking operation at Kundom under Laublai village, about 15 km from Maukarwat. Additional SP of Southwest Khasi Hills District, B. Kharjana, said the accused were identified as Angelbert Rintathyang of Potjot Rangthong and Kraubok Marwen of Jakrem. From Rintathyang's possession, police recovered approximately 0.60 grams of heroin. A vehicle, mobile phones and other incriminating items were also seized. Both accused are now in custody at Maukarwat Police Station for further investigation. Residents of Shnongrim village in East Giant Hills have strongly opposed the proposed mining project at Lom Sirman, submitting a fresh petition to the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board on Thursday. Community representative Danny Patwet said villagers were shocked by the MSPCB's April 17 notice announcing a public hearing for environmental clearance. He stressed that the land is privately and traditionally owned, with documents from the Doloi and the Giant Hills Autonomous District Council backing their claim.
We remind our elected representative, right from the MLA, the MDC, and especially the Doloi of our Ilaka, that they are given powers to protect the people, to protect our lands, to protect and also to see our problem. We are not giving them the powers. We are not giving them the powers, or we are not allowed them to sell our land or to give in our lands to others people, especially to the company with our concern. So what I want to say here today, if our concern, if our issue are ignored, we will be compelled to take the further necessary step.
Moving on to the national stories. India is observing National Panchayati Raj today, commemorating the establishment of the Panchayati Raj system through the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. With over 2.5 lakh panchayats and 24 lakh elected representatives, the system has strengthened grassroots democracy and local self-governance. Recent digital initiatives like eGram Swaraj, Swamitva and Audit Online have enhanced transparency and efficiency, supported by widespread 3G and 4G connectivity across villages. Now let's have a look at the international stories. The ceasefire agreement between Israel and Lebanon has been extended, easing tensions along the border. The extension aims to maintain stability and prevent further escalation following weeks of heightened conflict in the region. Both sides have agreed to continue dialogue under international mediation to uphold peace efforts.
Shoot and kill Iranian boats mining Strait of Hormuz. U.S. accuses Chinese entities of industrial-scale theft of AI technology. Accusation threatens to strain ties ahead of Trump and Xi meet next month.
And coming up are the sports news. Ruga Athaisung FC clinched the title at the Under-19 football tournament organized by the Chada United Sports Association, defeating Ambri Ading CYC by 2-1 in the final. The tournament, which began on April 4th, featured 29 teams from across the Garo Hills region, providing a platform for young athletes to showcase their talent. Chief guest Arbin Stone B. Marak, Chairman of the State and Land Reform Commission and MLA of Selsila, praised the initiative, highlighting football's popularity and its potential to open professional opportunities for youth. Ruga Athaisung FC received a prize of Rs 50,000, while runners-up Ambri Ading CYC were awarded Rs 30,000. The event was supported by Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and Speaker Thomas A. Sangma. The Shillong Open Badminton Tournament began on Friday, bringing together 188 players for a two-competition featuring 152 matches across various categories. Organized by the Badminton Promotional Group Shillong, the event aims to promote the sport at the grassroots level and encourage youth participation. Chief guest Olan Singh Suin inaugurated the tournament, highlighting the importance of sports in building discipline, teamwork and resilience. Organizers express optimism that the tournament will serve as a platform to identify promising players and strengthen the state's sporting ecosystem.
I feel very proud and I feel very happy to see that a good number of participants from different states of the northeastern states. I was baffled when I reached here to see that they told me that the young badminton shortlers from Assam will play there on court. I was watching them and I see the skill and the talent. And this is the platform. You bring together the shortlers from the different states of northeastern states. This is how we build a friendship. We bridge the gap and we bring together through sports. And it is also to be remembered that the game is the game. The game is always the play of the mind, the play of the brain, the coordination of the physical body, the mental, the brain, and everything that we have to put into action.
Now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. The minimum temperature was recorded at 23 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 31 degrees Celsius with relative humidity 64%, and the rainfall was recorded at 1 millimeter. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature 16 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 25 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 70%, and the rainfall 4 millimeter. Meanwhile, in Jawai, the minimum temperature 17 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 26 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 72% with rainfall 2 millimeter. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jawai says generally cloudy sky with moderate rain at many places. And before we conclude, a recap of the headlines once again. Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee President Vincent H. Pala welcomes recognition of Khasi Garo official languages. Garo Hills Autonomous District Council tax imposition questioned by Bernard Marak. Nongra double murder accused to be charge sheeted within 90 days. National Panchayati Raj Day observed today. And Ruga Athaisung FC wins under-19 football tournament organized by Chada United Sports Association. Well, viewers, that's all we have in the news for today. Until we meet again tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Until then, goodbye.